A warm welcome to you to my channel, Home Tuitions. So, our today's topic is conjunctions. So, what are conjunctions? Let me tell you. A conjunction is a part of speech that connects two words, phrases, clauses, or sentences. Let's see an example of each. You can ask Farah or Shilpa to help you. Here in this example, the conjunction or is joining two words. Himesh wore a blue t-shirt and a red cap. Here the conjunction and is joining two phrases. We started out late, yet we reached in good time. Here the conjunction yet is joining two sentences. I don't know what the problem is. Here in the sentence, the conjunction what is joining two clauses. Based on their function, conjunctions can be classified into two types: coordinating conjunctions and subordinating conjunctions. Coordinating conjunctions. We use coordinating conjunctions to join two words, phrases, or sentences that are of the same rank or are grammatically equal or similar. Let's see an example. You can eat here or go to the canteen. The vendor sold fruits and vegetables. The coordinating conjunctions based on the number of words can be divided into two types: single words and correlative. Single word coordinators. These include and, but, or, yet, nor, so, etc. Example: he was angry but controlled himself. Here the conjunction but is a single word coordinator because it is only containing a single word. Thomas is good natured, yet no one helps him. Correlative coordinators. Now, these correlative coordinators include either or, both and, neither nor, not only but also, etc. Let's take an example. Either you are lying or you are totally ignorant. Here, the words either and or are correlative conjunctions because they are correlating with each other. Let's take another example. Tanya not only writes well but also makes great presentations. First, we learned that how coordinating conjunctions are divided into two types based on the number of words they consist. Now, we learn that how the coordinating conjunctions based on their functions can be divided into four types. These are cumulative coordinators, adversative coordinators, alternative coordinators, and elative coordinators. Cumulative coordinators. Coordinators may simply join or add one statement to another. Such coordinators are called cumulative coordinators. Let's take an example. Mother was cooking in the kitchen, father washed the clothes. These are two separate sentences which can be joined like this. Mother was cooking in the kitchen, so father washed the clothes. Here the conjunction so is joining the two statements together. So it is a cumulative coordinator. Let's take another example. I learned French. I learned Russian. I learned French as well as Russian. Now, let us take a look at adversative coordinators. To show contrast between two statements, we use adversative coordinators. Some examples are but, yet, and while. Let's take a note here. The while conjunction is only used when it means whereas. Let's take an example. I played the sitar, my friend sang. These two sentences can be joined by using the word while. I played the sitar while my friend sang. Let's take another example. Salman bought a car. He did not drive it. Salman bought a car, but he did not drive it. So here you will be able to see that both the sentences show contrast between them. Alternative coordinators. Alternative coordinators offer a choice between two alternatives. Some examples are otherwise, or, else, either or, and neither nor. Example, Payal can go to Kolkata, Beena can go to Kolkata. So here we can join these sentences like this. Either Payal or Beena can go to Kolkata. So here can you see the words either and or are showing the alternatives that either Payal can go or Beena can go. Let's take another example. Take a raincoat, you will get wet. Take a raincoat, otherwise you will get wet. Now, let's take a look at relative coordinators. We use some coordinators to suggest an inference or a reason. Such coordinators are called relative conjunctions or coordinators. Some examples are for and so. Let's take an example. Tinu felt sleepy. He had eaten too much. Tinu felt sleepy for he had eaten too much. Here, the, the conjunction for is suggesting the reason for why the Tinu felt sleepy. Hari was bored. Hari played video games. Hari was bored, so he played video games. Here, the word so is also suggesting the reason why Hari played video games. Now, let's take a look at the subordinating conjunctions. First, to understand the subordinating conjunctions, we should take a look at these examples. Although the rainy season is over, we get occasional showers now and then. I looked on the top of the fridge where mother usually keeps all the letters. In each case above, we know that the subordinate clause depends on the main clause to make its meaning clear. The words although and where, which introduce the subordinate clause, are called subordinating conjunctions or subordinators. Some other common subordinators are though, although, that, what, because, before, after, unless, which, whom, how, while, where, etc. Subordinating conjunctions. A subordinator joins a subordinate dependent clause to the main clause. Subordinators must be placed at the beginning of the subordinate clause. We can put a subordinate clause before the main clause or after it. When the subordinate clause comes before the main clause, we separate the two with a comma after the subordinate clause. Even though I studied hard, I was nervous on the day of the exam. This is an example to show how we can separate the subordinate and main clauses and how we have used the subordinating conjunctions even though in the beginning of the subordinate clause. We can write the sentence in other way round also. I was nervous on the day of the exam even though I studied hard. Now, we can classify subordinators into single word subordinators, compound subordinators, and correlative subordinators. Single word subordinators. These include after, although, though, once, as, because, before, until, then, where, if, whether, why, etc. Let's take an example. We wondered whether you would come. Before taking on the project, I calculated all the costs involved. Compound subordinators. These include even if, even though, in order, that, provided that, rather than, so that, as if, etc. Let's take an example. Even though we had invited Lara, she did not come. We eat so that we may live. Correlative subordinators. These include such that, so that, etc. Let's take a look at this example. Prabhu was so tired that he fell asleep immediately. It was such a boring movie that we left halfway through. Subordinating conjunctions. A subordinating conjunctions provides a necessary transition between two ideas in a sentence. This transition may indicate time, place, purpose, condition, or a cause and effect relationship. Here are some examples. He will be allowed to go out after he finishes work. Please tell me where the charts are kept. We invited her lest she should feel hurt. Unless you tell me everything, I will not help you. The paper was so difficult that Sanjay could not answer all the questions. So that's all for today. Meet you next time. If you like the video, please like, share and subscribe to my channel and also click to the bell icon. Bye bye.